For Coach Babers?
What did this contract extension mean to you and these talks with John over the last several months?
I just think it goes down to faith. I think I know now that they believe in me, and we're going to be able to go out and do some great things together.
Being able to be here for an extended period of time, I mean, obviously you've spoken fondly of Syracuse and what this place means to you. What does it mean to you? And obviously the fan support. You can see the billboards on the highways. People are happy that you're here.
My big thing is I enjoy small cities and big towns. I like it when people say don't go at this time because there's going to be a lot of traffic, and I look out and I'm going, that's not traffic. I mean, Los Angeles, New York City, that's not traffic. So I mean, I've always enjoyed towns of this size. So to me, this is truly a blessing come true.
What's it mean for the program that you're going to be here long term? I guess in terms of what you're building and then the continuity of being here and continuing that success.
Well, we're not done. We have to continue to work on our foundation. I know you guys get tired up. We still don't have the depth that we need to have to do the things that we want to do here, and we're going to continue to work on that and continue to build, and hopefully we can all do that stuff together.
Coach, you talked about the senior class, finally getting to taste some success, throughout the year. How excited are you for them to, go through this whole experience, this whole bowl experience for the first time?
Well, it's interesting that you said that. We kind of geared practice to our first third of practice. Really, 2/3 of practice is to beat West Virginia, and then our last third is geared towards the 2019 season. So we work really hard the first third, and then the back third we actually let the seniors go. And they've been out here a long time. Some of them have been out here 4 years. Some of these guys have been out here 5 years. And with a medical injury, they've been out here 6. And we want to show their appreciation, and we also want to, we don't want to overwork them. We're proud that they're here. We're proud that they're not doing something else and saying that, hey, they're done with, Syracuse football. They're ready to move on with their lives. And we appreciate it, and I want to show that appreciation. And we will continue to do that as we go through bowl games. And we continue to have this opportunity. We will continue to treat the seniors in that way, in that manner, when we have our bowl practices.
Is that last end of the practice strange without Eric Dungy and that senior class out there?
It better not be strange, because in about 2 weeks it's going to be the way practice is, so we better get used to it right now.
Can you place a value on these bowl practices and just how much it means to the progression of this program?
Oh, it's huge. It really is. It's a second spring ball, and with spring ball being so regulated and so short, that you can actually get more practices in your bowl season than you can during spring ball. So for the teams that constantly go year in and year out, that's the way you really jumpstart your underbelly, and you really solidify your football team from the bottom up.
Coach, along those same lines, do we in the media make too much of how a bowl game can set the tone for the next year? I mean, obviously your first game in 2019 is in the end of August, early September. But what happens these next 2 to 3 weeks? Can that really set the tone for 2019?
I think for some of it, the answer may be not really. I think for this team, I think it really is true. I think when you have the ability to go from 9 to 10, I mean it seems like a small thing, but it really is a big thing. And if you were just going from 7 to 8, maybe not. Maybe 6 to 7, maybe not. But you have an opportunity to go double digits, and it hasn't been done in a long time. I think it really is a big deal, and it really could set us up for a fantastic 2019.
What are you expecting from Tristan and Abdul as far as the ball?
I don't know. Those guys are out there practicing for the first time. They're up. We got to make sure they even know the plays. They've been doing everybody else's offense for the last 12 weeks, and we're going to, even in the way we meet with our guys, our first part of our meetings are on our practice. The second part of our meetings are on West Virginia. So, again, you're trying to win the game, but you're also trying to develop the underbelly of the team. It all depends on how they do in the meetings, whether they can really catch up. Because the one thing, especially with our offensive personnel, is you can't put a guy out there that doesn't know what they're doing, because they will slow everyone else down. So they really have to know what's going on if they're going to have an opportunity to help.
Are there any other players that have been, quote-unquote, redshirting that you would have any use for in this game?
I don't want to – not that I can think of right now while you guys got these cameras and lights in front of me right now. I can't think of anyone
Is there
else.
a position where it might be easier to jump in?
Defensively is a position. We have one, I want to say Lesko. Zach
Lesko?
Yes. He's a defensive player where he has an opportunity to play. He's eligible as well. Defense is a lot easier than offense is.
You're familiar with the Big 12 in your days at Baylor. What is it about this West Virginia offense that's among the best in the country?
They're explosive. They really are, and it's interesting. You know, even with their two players playing, that I don't think the point spread has changed. And they're really explosive. Their wide receiver is an NFL guaranteed wide receiver, and they're going to be big and they're going to be fast. It's when they played the games that they played in against Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, and the way they played in those games. You know, they're an outstanding football team. They really are.
How would you compare and contrast their offense and this offense?
I don't know if it's a true comparison. I would say we were cousins, okay, but I wouldn't say that we're in the same family.
Dino, with Greer sitting and obviously very little film on West Virginia's backup, how do you sort of prepare for a quarterback that there's not much out on?
It's not fair. I mean, rumor has it they may play two guys. I don't know the answer to that. The one guy played like 11 plays. And you know, we don't have a book on him. We don't know what he can do. We don't know what he can't do. We don't know if he can run. If he can't run, it really makes it difficult on the defense.
So you almost have to game plan as if he's better than Will Greer, just to like hedge bets, or like.
Well, I hope he's not better than Will Greer. But we have to plan for everything because we don't know if he's a runner or a thrower. We don't know if he likes throwing it deep or throwing it short. So you have to prepare for everything.
Anyone on your side who you're not expecting to play in the bowl besides maybe Cordy?
I wouldn't say that about him, but right now everybody's a green light unless somebody can't come back from their injury.
What's your message for these guys before they hit the field?
Have fun, understand what we're playing for. It really is an extra credit type thing, but the cake has been baked. It's 9-3, but wow, you know, what's cake? Cake is great, but if you can put some icing on it, oh my God! I mean. Wouldn't that be something? That's a real birthday. So, you know, they're going to get an opportunity to top off the cake. It'll be fun.
How do you set up this trip in terms of preparation versus fun when you go to Orlando?
You really try to get almost all your work done here. You know, there's no school. There's no distractions. Let's get our work done. We'll really fine-tune it Saturday and Sunday. We'll get one padded practice down there. So they can run around with feel the temperature, feel the heat, feel the wind. Luckily, we were in the host stadium, and then we'll take off the pads, and they need to be ready. But this is a week we need to push through. So these next couple of practices will be really tough.